Last night, a grey mouse, when I was in bed, kept sneezing and sneezing. Achoo! He said. For this poor little mouse had a terrible cold in his head. His wife gave him gruel without any bread, put his feet in hot water, ere going to bed. But achoo! 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 He said.
This is the point where in the comments they are writing, "पैसा मिल गया शाहरुख का तुम लोग को."
काश यार शाहरुख थोड़े पैसे देते हमको. एक तो I taught in South Bombay. Okay,
Oh
the
my
teenage
God.
they have been like, ma'am, why don't you have an iPhone? Are you poor? These things. Yeah, I failed in maths, and the teacher made us stand up and be like, all the failures together.
You were the
Yeah.
example.
I was the example कि ये देखो fail हो गई है.
Devanshi, welcome to the comment section.
Hello, hi.
Hello, hi. मैं जब भी comedians के साथ ये कर रहा हूँ मुझे थोड़ा awkward लगता है because I'm like I have to officially welcome these people who I
Yeah.
hung out with in green rooms.
Yeah, and you don't really like. But वो welcome them.
जो सच बता दिया देवांशी ने 5 मिनट में. But I have to pretend to like people.
Yes, yes.
No,
You're
I'm
Karan
kidding.
Johar. That's
So why are you sleeping?
with myself. That's what's happening.
Great. Half the people have already tuned out. Sorry, guys. No, but Devanshi, you're one of the few people I like in the comedy scene.
Thank
Yeah?
you so
I
much.
like your material, and
Thank
from
you.
whatever little I've interacted with you, it's been nice only.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Unless you have sabotaged my career backstage, which I don't know about.
No, I don't have a career to sabotage other people's career backstage.
But Devanshi, since this is a podcast about you, I have some research done about you.
Okay.
So, ये first line I have to read it out to you because I
Okay.
know you will find it funny.
Okay.
But the first line of the research says, Devanshi Shah is a rising comedian and writer. in India." Have you risen? Are you still
I have
rising?
no, नहीं, मैं अभी शाम में ही हूँ. मेरा सूर्योदय हुआ नहीं है.
Hi, 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 hi. Okay. But you've done some interesting things in the comedy space. We'll come to that. I did not know about this. It says that you were a teacher. before you got
Yes,
into
yes.
comedy.
I was a teacher. I was a speech and drama teacher
Okay.
for 3 years while I was in college.
Okay.
Because I had taken literature, तो मुझे लग रहा था करियर तो नहीं बनने वाला. We didn't have a placement cell.
Okay.
Arts does not have a place.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, you figure it out.
Even they're like, तुम क्या ही
क्या
place
क्यों
करेंगे?
कहाँ place करेंगे
हाँ.
हम? So I had done this course called Speech and Drama by Trinity College of London,
Right.
which is the examiners come to India,
Correct,
and
yeah.
I'd given grade 6 tak. So once
Okay.
you finish grade 6, you're eligible to teach.
Okay.
So I started teaching in the place that I was only learning from.
Okay.
And it's called Jahangir School of Speech and Drama.
Okay.
Jahan Jim Sar, he's also learned
Right.
how to.
Is he your?
Not my student. He's much older, yeah, from. but there are many actors.
Yeah.
Like this kid in Slumdog Millionaire is also from.
The guy who played the
the smaller
small version
version.
of Devang Patel.
No, the
His
guy,
friend.
his friend,
Okay,
yeah, the
okay.
evil friend.
Yes, yes.
That
yes,
he's from
Okay.
he's from our school. So yeah, I taught poems and improv and extracts, and then we
Okay.
trained them to give these exams also.
How old were you at this point?
I started training for this when I was in the 12th standard. So
Would students take you seriously at that young age?
I mean, the thing is, this class was very fun
Okay.
in itself.
Right.
Like I was not actually teaching anything
Right.
serious. So
Right.
when they came in, they were like, "This year we have to have fun here."
Okay.
So it was like, you didn't have to take me seriously.
Okay.
And the younger ones obviously take you seriously. The older ones are horrible.
Yeah.
So I taught in South Bombay. Okay,
Oh my
they
God.
have been like, "Ma'am, why don't you have an iPhone? Are you poor?" These things they are telling me on my face. So
Yeah.
like, but I was teaching from standard 2nd to standard 9th.
Okay, that's a sweet
not
spot.
not older than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's go back. So you also make a lot of fun of your Gujarati heritage in your
Yes,
comedy, right?
Yes.
So a person coming, especially if I can say so, a girl coming from a Gujarati family,
Yes.
going into arts,
Yes.
it's very unheard of.
Yes.
If but the stereotype is that Gujaratis mostly take commerce.
Yes, but I was very bad in maths. I
Okay.
failed in maths in
Oh,
7th
really?
standard.
Okay.
Yeah, I failed in maths, and the teacher made us stand up and be like, all the failures
Oh,
together.
you were the
Yeah.
example.
I was the example कि ये देखो fail हो गई है. फिर मैं tuition लिया and I recovered and I ended up getting good marks in my 10th standard. But I was like, this is not my cup of tea. So just by the process of elimination की science तो मैं ले नहीं सकती और commerce में कर नहीं सकती. I took arts.
Yeah.
In fact, I tried to do company secretary का course
Okay.
11th में
That's a
कि
course.
company secretary is like CA.
Okay.
So if you take economics in your 11th,
Sorry,
12th,
I just imagined the course to be a secretary in a company.
no, it's not that. It's like it's
My
not,
bad.
It's like CA. It's
Okay.
like another professional degree.
Got it.
Like it's not that you're a secretary. Wow. But it's so it has to do with a lot of like the economics of your company
Got it.
and all that. मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आया. मैंने
Right.
2-3 क्लास अटेंड की. बहुत लॉ पढ़ना होता है उसमें.
Right. Oh.
So like I can't do this.
Hmm.
तो मैंने लिटरेचर में मेजर किया. Then I was like,
Okay.
we'll figure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you like studying literature?
I loved it. It was
Okay.
amazing.
Mm.
We were only like literature में seats भी बहुत कम होते हैं. Only 20 seats are there.
Okay.
So a very small class,
Mm.
and we did all of this only. We watched plays together.
Mm.
We learned about Shakespeare and his history and
Yeah.
sonnets and different kinds of poems and Indian literature, Victorian literature, Elizabethan literature.
Was there any writer or piece of work that stood out to you at that time?
There is this very good absurdist play called Waiting for Godot.
Yes.
Have you heard of it? Yeah. That's what we studied. And
I know about this because there is a scene in Jaane Tu Ya Jaane Na, which apparently Abbas Tarwala put this as an inside joke.
yes.
कि एयरपोर्ट पे एक बंदा खड़ा होता है
Waiting for Godot. Yeah.
प्लेकार्ड लेके.
Yes.
तो ये कहीं पे मैंने पढ़ा था. This is actually a very
Yeah.
popular play.
It's a very popular play, and there are videos of Ian McKellen and one more very famous actor doing the play.
Okay.
Both of them.
Uh-huh.
And the two guys in Ian McKellen की वो movie है ना?
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of
They
them.
played Magneto and Charles Xavier in it.
Yeah, those two, they're doing the play.
Okay.
And the play is very, very simple. It's about these two guys. They are like they're stuck somewhere. Okay, it feels like they're in a prison. Okay, and they both are talking about how to get out.
Okay.
And one guy keeps telling the other ki don't worry, Godot is coming, we're waiting for Godot.
Okay.
And the metaphor is ki God is Godot.
Oh.
And then in the end it says that there is no Godot. There is no God.
Right.
But it's very existential, but it's also very funny because they keep they keep playing games and
Right.
irritating each other because they don't have anything to do.
Right.
And they're always like, one character will always be like, why are you irritating me? He's like, because it will pass the time faster.
Right.
So it's very nice. That
okay.
play stood out a lot, yeah. And the other piece is the sonnets that Shakespeare written.
Right.
Do you know anything about Shakespeare?
I broadly know the plays that he has written, again because of the adaptations that have happened. So I know because of Vishal Bharadwaj, I know Macbeth, Hamlet,
Yes,
and Othello. Hamlet also because Lion King ki story is essentially Hamlet,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I know that, but actual text written by Shakespeare, I don't know much
So
about.
the sonnets, I'll give you some gossip about it.
Okay.
So Shakespeare, but the sonnets are 154 sonnets.
Okay. In
And-
his entire life.
No, this is
Okay.
one set of sonnets.
Okay.
At this book of sonnets, he's
Got
written
it.
154 sonnets.
Okay.
He was called by this aristocrat at his house कि मेरे बेटे के लिए please poems लिखो and convince him to get married. Okay. And at this point, Shakespeare's 34. 34 in his mid 30s, and this kid, he's 18, 19
He
years
was
old.
the Seema Taparia of Victorian times.
Yeah, he was not
Okay.
matchmaking but convincing.
Yeah.
Okay, and what happens is Shakespeare falls in love with this guy.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, he falls in love, and Shakespeare's married.
Okay.
And he falls in love with this guy, and of course he can't have this guy, and this guy also kind of gets to know that he likes me, so he keeps teasing him. Okay, so if through the sonnets, if you read them, you'll understand ki, oh, this time he was feeling this, at this point he was feeling this. And then he starts an affair with this lady, which he keeps referring to as Black Lady.
Okay.
Okay, and at the last part of the sonnets, he realizes that the Black Lady and the guy that he likes are dating.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then he blames it on the Black Lady.
जब ऐसी पर्सनल जिंदगी हो तो क्यों ना लिखे कोई
Yeah,
ऐसा
वही.
amazing plays. Yeah.
So then when he goes back, and this we know because when he dies, he leaves everything to his wife except one bed, which he leaves to the aristocrat. Yeah. So yeah, that's the gossip I have.
Okay, so when you're teaching these to children, is there are these your first taste of performing for an audience?
Yeah, it was because when I started these classes as a student also when I was in the 3rd standard. So this was like my own first taste of performing. And the fun of this is that you get addicted to the laugh here.
Right.
Because all of these poems that they taught us were out and out funny.
Mm.
They were from the seconds to the, like, all of these poems were funny. So there is an entire poem about this guy who is looking for work and he tries to do crazy things, which I relate to a lot now. But which he's just in an interview and he's just like, and there's one poem which is called At the Theatre to the Lady Behind Me, where this woman is just annoying this person, and it's a poem that's shouted at the person that I know that you know the play, but I never saw it till today. So it's like it's just crazy kind of poems out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before you got into stand-up, you started writing comedy.
I had a blog. Again, because Khamba had a blog. So I had a blog. I started writing blogs.
Okay.
Funny short stories sort of thing. And then I started writing properly when I was at Weird Ass only.
Okay.
I had no writing profile before that. When I started interning, that's when I realized we wrote a bunch of t-shirts.
The captions. I remember that.
And we did a lot. I did 2 years of Weird Ass, the Pajama Festival, Weird Ass Pajama Festival.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we wrote one live show that was all the news of the year basically condensed into one show for the festival. Yeah, so that was like a full boot camp.
Pajama Fest was a good festival. I mean, I wish it would have continued.
Yeah.
But for those of you who probably don't follow comedy from that far back, it essentially was throughout Bombay. You could watch comedy anywhere.
Yeah, so it was not just the first Pajama Festival that I was involved in. It was in 3 cities.
Okay.
Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore. Okay, and there were 3 tiers of venues. One is your bars and cafes. Then there are small auditoriums, which are 100, 200 seaters.
Right,
and then there are large, which is your
auditoriums, NCPA.
Which is your NCPA and Shanmukanand, St. Andrews. So whatever money you have, you can watch a comedy show.
Right.
If you have 200 rupees to spend, you can watch a comedy show. If you have 500, you have, and there was a season pass and all of that. In the second Pajama Festival, we were doing 8 cities.
Okay.
So that was insane.
Yeah.
Because again, each city had multiple venues.
Yeah.
And there were so many international acts coming in. And so many, like, there was a whole musical improv comedy show. I've never seen anything like that in my life. That was in Opera House.
Right.
And they literally, you could shout out something from the audience and they would make a song about it.
Right.
And it was insane. And I feel like my brain blew up because I'd never seen anything like this. Yeah.
Nice. Do you remember how you were hired for Weird Ass?
Yeah, I do remember.
How was that? How did
I had
considering you didn't have any prior writing experience.
I had applied for an internship. So internship anyway, they don't really care. And for an intern also, anyone who's out of college or just in college also, I had a lot of work ex because I was a teacher. Then I'd done journalism ka internship also. And so I my friend had interned at Weird Ass in my class.
Okay.
This girl called Nikita. And I asked her and she's like, yeah, you can totally do. She sent me Amog's number.
Okay.
Amog's email ID or number. And then I sent him my email, my resume on email. And then they were like, okay, come. And they took my interview. And Amog asked me, what comics do you like? And by that time, I had watched Ricky Gervais, Louis C.K. I'd watched like a lot of comedy. A friend of mine called Mehna, she's a Parsi. So they Parsis have a very good diet of entertainment.
Yeah.
For some reason, they're watching the creamiest of the cream.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we're watching this Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham and stuff like that. So then she gave me the hard drive and all the specials that Bill Burr was there. I never heard these names. Chris Rock was there. And so Ellen was there. So I watched all of these things. I told them. And then Daniel Fernandez was there. So I was saying all these names. So he turned to me and he's like, do you know this comedian called Daniel Fernandez? And I was like, yes, but I like Veer Das better. And I was being so sassy.
Nice.
As a 20-year-old who had no skin in the game, who had nothing. But they ended up laughing and then they ended up hiring me. So I guess it worked out.
Nice. Then you moved on to AIB.
Then I moved on to TVF.
Okay.
Then I did 2 years at TVF. So I think Young Delusion really helped me because I thought मैं Ricky Gervais बनूंगी. I'll do like screenwriting and comedy
Yeah,
together. And at that time, TVF was doing. I had applied at both AIB
Okay,
and TVF, but TVF was doing a lot of like unique sketches, like making of,
Yeah.
and even Barely Speaking, and Permanent Roommates had just
Yeah,
come
yeah, yeah.
out, and Pictures had come out. So it was like they were like booming.
Yeah.
And so TVF was a long process because it was a proper job. So they called me, they made me write Chai Sutta Chronicles ka ek
Okay.
episode. Then I went, narrated, came back. Then they made me redo the episode. So it was like a 4-5 month process. And then finally they hired me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what kind of stuff did you write at TVF?
I wrote this show called Bisht Please. I wrote a lot of sketches for
Okay.
Girlyappa. Then I wrote Bisht. The shows I wrote Bisht Please, PA Gals. I wrote another show, but I wrote Freelance Sisterhood karke,
Okay.
which is on Amazon. Then I wrote one episode of Barely Speaking.
Okay.
Then I wrote. I don't remember. It's far back.
So it's fine. It's
Yeah,
a bunch
but
of
yeah,
stuff.
bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, bunch
But
of
now,
stuff.
I mean, did writing fiction come naturally to you?
Oh man, it was the toughest thing I've ever done.
How
I had no idea. Firstly, writing jokes
Yeah.
and writing fiction are very different.
Yeah.
Okay, and just the kind of bombing that you feel when you've written an entire script
Yeah.
and everyone's just like, no, it's not working. We can't shoot this. It's
Yeah.
insane. It's
Yeah.
also it's this public speaking shame
Yeah.
that you can't, like, the thing with bombing on stage is that
yeah.
you can see 4 other comics bomb on the same day and you're like, okay, it was a bad crowd. I'm a genius. Okay, but when you're bombing in fellow writers and you have to chill with them after
Yeah,
2 hours,
yeah.
you're like, man, I can't do this. I don't want to. But yeah, it started coming in later. Like, I feel like I also, because I wrote a show with one of the top writers at that time who was in TV, which was Biswapati Sarkar.
Yeah.
I wrote with him, and that gave me a lot of like experience and
Right.
a lot of stuff that I had no idea about that goes into writing, and just how different stand-up and
Correct.
fiction writing are.
Yeah.
Just completely different.
I remember I was at Hive once and Biswa was there and he was writing Lakhon Mein Ek at that
Oh
point.
yeah.
So he came up to, I was sitting with a bunch of other comics and he also came and he's like, "Ke, kya gaand lag raha hai re, ye show likhne mein. एक तो शो का बिगिनिंग मिडिल एंड होना चाहिए, फिर एपिसोड का बिगिनिंग मिडिल एंड होना चाहिए, फिर सीन लिखो तो सीन का बिगिनिंग मिडिल एंड होना चाहिए."
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like really
Yeah. It's
weird.
very difficult. Writing an original story is the most difficult part.
Yeah.
It's the
So, which is why you started copying.
which is why I started doing adaptations. But I think now I've gotten a hang of it.
Okay.
My 2-3 shows in the past have done well. One is Campus Diaries that has
Okay.
done well, and Sisterhood did well, and a bunch of other shows have done well. So I feel like now I understand.
Right.
But again, with screenwriting, you can never say I really understand because it's story to story.
Were you on set for any of these shows while they were being shot?
No, I don't. I had gone on set for Campus Diaries for like 2-3 days,
Okay.
but not more than that because there was the head writer.
Right.
So, and he was also the producer. So
Right.
he was only handling that.
So does it happen where you write something on paper and again you've imagined it a certain way, written it a certain way, but when it translates on screen, it's completely different, or you feel the actor adds something which made it better?
Yeah, I mean, in Campus Diaries, it fully elevated.
Right.
Like, they were all so good. It was an ensemble cast, and man, they were hilarious. Like, they were taking off each other. They were adding tags. They were really good.
Right.
So actually, that's the thing. In fiction, even in comedy fiction, if you get the story right and you give even the setup to a good comedy actor, they will come up with great punchlines. But if the story is not right, then no one's going to sit and hear your jokes.
Has it happened that the joke sounds good on paper, but when it's delivered on screen, it just doesn't land?
So usually in the table read, we catch it.
Okay.
So I'm sure. So the thing is, Bish Please was a completely different process because we had gone on floor when we did in 4 episodes. We had written the last 2 episodes when we were on set.
Right.
We were also writing, and that was the show that I was on set for all days.
Okay.
So it was like hell. But it was also those timelines were tight, and nobody could have done anything.
Right.
And we did the best we could. But now, sort of, everyone insists. Also, different time, right?
Right.
2008, 17. Now everyone insists on bound scripts.
Right.
They want, even the brands and all, they want to hear all the scripts. They want to see the table read, the casting. So yeah, we catch them in the table reads.
Okay.
If they're not landing, then we change them, or we tell the actor, you can take it however you want. So
Do you enjoy screenwriting?
I love it. It's very
Okay.
good. There was a time where I did not want to do it,
Oh,
but it's really fun.
okay.
If you're in a good room, it's very fun.
What do you think about this is a very kind of broad industry to industry question.
Yes.
What do you think of the broad state of television or streaming writing right now? I feel like there's too much out there. There's also a lot of tokenism happening, but the actual brass tacks good stuff is very little.
I mean, that was there always, right?
Sure.
I feel like it's.
I feel like the volume has blown up.
The volume has blown up because now there are two. There's TV also and there's OTT.
Streaming,
So,
yeah.
So and most of India watches TV still.
Right.
Yeah, like we are the OTT.
Correct.
Yeah, the first
We are the
10%.
bubble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but a lot of India watches TV.
Yeah.
But I feel like there is some good stuff, but सबका ना calendar होता है.
Correct.
So उनका roll out कुछ करना जरूरी होता है. So all of the stuff that's small budget stuff, it usually doesn't do very well because it's rushed. You can see it.
Right.
Like there are a lot of shows that are like कि अरे इसका beginning अच्छा था पर
I feel
end
like a lot
खराब
of
कर
them.
दिया.
The premise is good. They
Yeah.
start off very well, but it just tapers out by the time you get to the last
Yeah.
two episodes.
Yeah, but I feel like this year I saw a bunch of good shows. I saw this
Okay.
show called Andhera,
Okay.
which is Excel produced, but
Okay.
there is no star in it.
Okay.
And it is about depression, but depression as it's a horror show.
Horror show.
Yeah, depression as a ghost.
Okay.
So it's very well done.
Okay.
Then I saw Bads of Bollywood was
Yeah,
great.
Bads of Bollywood was fun.
Everyone liked it. Then
Who's the screenwriter? Some upcoming guy called Aryan Khan.
yeah, he's good, yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
I think he has a bright future.
Yeah. No wonder he's related to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, everyone is like this kid, you know, this nepotism and all, everything.
It was way better than I expected it to be.
Of course.
It was fun. It didn't take itself seriously.
Yes.
And I was talking to someone else about this. A lot of star kids, when they debut, there is this unsaid rule that they are thankful to the industry.
Yeah.
This industry ne humko sab kuch diya.
Yeah.
This guy rips it apart in the first few seconds of the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's actually ballsy
Yeah.
for him to be like,
Yeah.
मुझे आज तक जो कुछ जिस इंडस्ट्री से मिला है,
Yeah.
sure it's great and all, I'm going to show the good aspects of it, but I'm also going to rip it apart.
Yeah.
And I love that part, that aspect of it.
Also, a lot of people with the access that he has
Yeah.
fuck up.
Yeah.
They have fucked up.
Yeah.
Like Ranbir Kapoor's debut, huge fuck up. Okay. Savarya was a
Okay.
flop.
It was.
Yeah, and he was like, again, same level of access, no? Like Rishi Kapoor's son, Shah Rukh Khan's son. He did not fuck up.
Yeah.
He really, it was he touched all the points of a story. There was a real story in the middle. The family story was like, it was a real, and it wasn't just like हमने इंडस्ट्री पे बना दिया तो बस इंडस्ट्री की बातें चल रही. Like there was this other show called Call My Agent or something, which is an adaptation
of a French.
See, that is not relatable because there is no real
agent. In Bollywood.
एक तो there's no agent, there are managers firstly, and secondly there is no person that me as an audience is following.
Right.
But Bads of Bollywood ka protagonist is a normal guy who wants to be a star. So he is our gateway to this crazy world.
Yeah.
So I think it was very technically sound, edit-wise sound. Music is great.
Yeah.
It's not long. Also, jokes are very funny.
Funny.
Yeah. So all.
This is the point where in the comments they are writing कि पैसा मिल गया शाहरुख का तुम लोग को.
काश यार शाहरुख थोड़े पैसे देते हमको.
When did you feel like, okay, now I'm comfortable with this, now I can tell jokes on stage?
Yeah, I think I became comfortable post Comic Con.
Okay.
Yeah, before that I was still like ये तो पता नहीं मैं क्यों ही कर रही हूँ.
You were in season 2.
I was in season 2.
Right.
Yeah, I was in season 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and after that, because till then my parents also didn't know I was doing stand up.
Okay.
So I thought ये तो मानेंगे नहीं ये लोग. And I was right, because they found out when I was on Comic Con.
Really?
Yeah, that's when they found out that I do stand up. Okay, and while I'm doing Comic Con, they're furious with me कि ये क्या कर रही है ये लड़की. ठीक है. And then eventually they were fine, but like after Comic Con also it took them a year to kind of be okay. With
So
it.
at this point, but you are already writing shows.
Yeah.
So they're okay with that.
Yeah.
But stand-up isn't.
Yeah, but they were not okay with every career. So first when I was teaching, they were like, "Why are you doing job in college? Do one degree."
Yeah.
Then I did Weirdus and all. They were like, "Why are you doing this? Do teaching." Then I did stand-up. They're like, "Why are you doing stand-up? Do writing." I was like, "Guys, why one step behind of me at all times?" But
Right. It's like that Upmanyu joke, right?
Yeah.
कि
कीड़े खा रहे
मान ही लेंगे वो गे तक आने के लिए.
Yeah.
But so how did Comic Con give you that confidence that okay, now I'm good with telling jokes on stage?
I mean, if you get a standing ovation from Biswa,
Right. Yeah, that does it for you.
Biswa, Kanan,
Yeah.
Sumukhi, Neeti Palta and Zakir Khan, I think you're fine. I mean, I was very bad in the first 2-3 episodes of Comic Con. I did not think that I would get in. So I didn't prepare for it.
Right.
Then I got in. And then I was just lost for the first 2 weeks. And then slowly I got a hang of it. And then by the end, I was like, "ठीक है."
Okay.
Now I think I'm fine.
Right.
But I think the kind of prep that everyone else had done, I hadn't done. Because I was literally I was working at AIB.
Right.
Okay. And I had not done stand-up for a year at TV because I was writing shows
Right.
and I'd shoot and all. So it was not possible.
Yeah.
And I was just thrown into this. So for the first few rounds, I was writing stand-up like I was writing scripts,
Right.
which is not how you write stand-up. So
what's your process for stand-up?
so I feel like you have to say it out loud. You just go with like pointers, thoughts. You say it out loud first. See how everyone's feeling about it. Then you come back, you hear it, and you write.
Okay.
And that makes it easier for you to write in your own voice.
Right.
Again with stand-up, jokes are first. The structure is the last thing you think about.
Right.
But in screenwriting, structure is the first thing you think about, and jokes are last.
Right.
So that took me a very long time to bifurcate the two.
Okay. So I asked Nivedita also this question because she had won Queens of Comedy. There is this perception कि अगर कोई TV reality show से comedy करके आया है, they automatically have a leg up because you're like, oh, you got the exposure before everybody else did. Do you think Comic Con sort of did that for you?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
You do have a leg up in terms of just the experience.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of comics at that time had performed in front of 300 people for so many weeks together and done sketch and improv and alt and all of these things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely throws you in a completely different. Also, the Comic Con was very fun because it wasn't an elimination thing.
Yeah.
You had 8 episodes that you were there for.
Correct.
And all of we know all these people. There are seniors and colleagues.
Yeah.
So they were very empathetic. Even if you bombed on that show, they were very empathetic that ये होता है. It's normal. Yeah.
Okay. So you just said that your parents were always a little apprehensive of what you were doing, right? But there's this video where you made your mother do stand-up,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Where did you get the guts to do that from?
Yeah, so I have manipulated my mother fully. But this was, at that time, I think this was the whole, they were really looking for a guy for me.
Okay.
And
for marriage.
For marriage. and I'm the unmarried kid in the family.
Okay.
Okay, like, and I'm in my 30s, like I'm 31, just in my 30s. So they're just like, "Ki ab to nahi hogi, ab to give up wala phase aa gaya hai." But at
Yeah.
that time they were like fully like looking, and I had all these observations and all, and I felt like I had a lot of observations about my mum, and I was talking about her a lot. But I felt like she had a side also, and
Okay.
she was frustrated. So I told her that, listen, I'm going to do this bit regardless of whether you do it in the end or not.
Okay.
If you do it in the end, then you get to also roast me. So she was like, okay, then we'll try. So I took her to one open mic, and she killed. Oh, unko lat lag gayi. And I think it helped her so much to understand what I do.
Right.
And then she bombed, and then she was like, "How do you guys do this?
Were
Mujhe nahi aana."
you secretly getting satisfaction standing
No,
behind?
I was scared because I was like, "This is the video. This concept works. If she
Yeah.
does it in the end, it works very well."
Right.
So she bombed, and like, yeah, she really experienced bombing for the first time. She's sweating on stage. Now the jokes are working, and she's like, "No, this is not okay. How am I bombing?" Then at night she was like, "This joke is not working.
Yeah.
Change this and all that." So I'm
Comedian
like,
stuff. Yeah.
she became a comic.
Has her behavior changed at all?
Yeah, her behavior has changed, but my father is still the same.
Okay.
And my father was very upset also. Why didn't you take me?
I was going to ask you, when are you taking him on stage?
Yeah, I'm not taking him. One was enough.
Okay. Any recent stuff that you recently were in New Zealand?
Yes, I did a
you
tour in
performed
New
abroad.
Zealand.
How
Yes.
was that like?
It was insane. It was like the New Zealand in itself is
Yeah,
a crazy
beautiful place,
country.
yeah.
It's a beautiful
Not that I've
country.
been, but yeah.
Yeah, it has. You can see the galaxy. From I told you this
Yeah.
Lake Tekapo, you can see the galaxy. And I'll tell you one incident. So they gave me a 10-day visa. Okay. And my show was on one day, which was later in of the 10 days.
Yeah.
So the first 5 days I had free. So I thought मैं थोड़ा घूम लेती हूँ. तो 2 islands है, North Island, South Island. South Island में ये सब है. It's a more beautiful island.
Okay.
So I took a connecting flight
Right.
and I went there, domestic flight. And when I was coming back for my show, which is in the North Island, I was running late for my flight.
Okay.
And I was almost going to miss my flight to my show because they have one bus that goes from the city to Lake Tekapo, and that bus only comes back. And I didn't know this. I was like, पुणे जैसा होगा, 2 बस तो चलती होगी भाई. दोनों साइड से एक बस तो जानी चाहिए यार सुबह. What is this? So I went, and then
इतने कम लोग हैं कि बाकी बचेंगे
बहुत ही
नहीं लोग.
कम थे. हाँ. So then I'm telling the producers ki do something and all of that, and they're like, we're figuring. I told the producers one night before, I was seeing cabs, okay, ki shayad kuch le lu. But a cab is 40,000 rupees.
For real?
For real, it's very expensive.
Okay.
अब मुझे भी सबने बोला था it's very expensive. I was like, कितना ही expensive. And I was just like, oh my god. Everywhere I was taking buses.
Yeah.
So उतने में that if you're just a tourist, सस्ते में हो जाएगा तुम्हारा. But like for emergency, and I didn't know to drive. So I was taking the bus back, and the bus was late. So I told the guy, who was a white guy, कि I need a flight. मेरा flight है. I have to catch a flight, and they're like, oh, you want to catch a 5 p.m. flight, and at 2:30 you're here. Are you an idiot? He's telling me this to my face. I'm like, I'm really sorry. And
New Zealanders are supposed to be nice people.
This guy was a dick. Okay, and I was like, and he was late. It was a 2:00 bus.
Yeah.
So. And there was an airport stop.
Right.
So I would have reached at 4:00
Right.
at the airport. Okay. But he was like, we do what we do and all. And he left, had lunch. Okay. And I'm panicking. And I told the producers are figuring out one cab. Okay. So the one cab at one stop so that we can save some time because the bus will stop, no?
Yeah.
So then I reached that place, and the cab driver was from Haryana. Okay,
wow,
and I was like, भैया please मुझे पहुंचा दो.
बस टाइम पे पहुंचा दो.
And he was like, नहीं मैडम बैठो मैं पहुंचा दूंगा. And that's when I was like, dude, there is a reason there are Indians everywhere. क्योंकि तुम लोग मदद नहीं करते हो. Till then I was like, oh my god, what white people यार, white people are so nice. I was like, नहीं भाई. And for the first time I was like, wow, a Haryana guy was safe. What a guy.
Okay, this is like a unintentional segue to my
Yeah.
next question. Last few questions. So this is like I have to ask this if I have a
Yes.
female comic on the
Yes,
podcast.
please tell me.
okay?
What is my female perspective that you want?
Yeah, your female perspective is what do you think people? Why do you think people say that female stand-up comedians are not funny?
Oh,
Something I
dear.
don't agree with, but
People say female stand-up comedians are not funny. I don't know.
या फिर
that-
वो comment होता है ना female comedy only joke about boobra period. What is this?
I mean, it's the same as boys joke about Lund engineering and Lund again. That they don't have. But I'm just saying, I
Yeah.
feel like, मतलब ये perception मुझे लगता है is slightly out of jealousy
Okay.
from the male, and this is on the internet. In real life, it doesn't happen.
Hmm.
No one in the audience will come and be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you are unfunny
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you're a
yeah.
woman." But this happens in the comment section, and it will happen to a lot of good-looking girl comics.
Yeah.
Like it's especially to the hot ones because they really like to
Hmm.
tear hot girls down on the internet. So any hot girl who's a creator has gotten massive hate
Hmm.
and memes. So yeah, it's I guess it's just another this thing of patriarchy.
But you've been doing stand-up now
Hmm.
for what 7-8 years.
Hmm.
So do you think has the scene changed? Is it improving?
मतलब comedians के अंदर तो it is. Within comics, so we are very empathetic.
Right.
But as you've grown, the audience has become wider on the internet, right?
Right. Internet
so
has reached
many,
more people.
yeah, so many people have. So
Yeah.
then you get all kinds of
Right.
people. Like there are all. I have one reel that I put on the Dahej,
Yeah.
and you can see the comment section. Comment section.
Yeah.
Comment
No,
section.
not this channel, guys.
Comment section
Yeah.
in that reel where people are genuinely defending the Dahej.
Hmm.
They're saying कि नहीं लेना चाहिए, and you're like, how is this happening
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
day? But they're like, yeah, नहीं लेना चाहिए.
Does it? I mean, does it affect you at all? These kind
Not
of
at all.
comments?
In fact, it's better for my career only reach wise. I feel like it is a very, matlab, this is a oldest trick in the book.
Yeah.
You should put out something slightly controversial
Hmm.
so that everyone comments.
Rage bait.
And then they all hate each other. And then they fight. And then you have a lot of views.
But you also did programming and ran a comedy venue for a while.
Yes, Khar Comedy
Right.
Club. Yes.
And are you still running a venue?
I'm not running the venue.
Okay.
I took a step back, but I'm doing a lot of female open mics there.
Yeah, tell us about that.
The female open mics.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was starting off,
Yeah.
there were a lot of female open mics that Gia Sethi used to run.
Yeah.
And that was a very safe environment
Hmm.
for me to try out. Bit jitters
Yeah,
and all.
yeah,
You want
yeah.
to try it, and it was a very different vibe. And then suddenly after the lockdown, it all stopped.
Yeah.
It stopped happening. So I thought maybe I'll start, and it's a good way for us to also
Yeah.
make material.
Hmm.
So I do one at Habitat called Girl Stars,
Okay.
and one at KCC called Funny Girls Wanted.
Okay.
So yeah,
If I may play devil's advocate,
yes,
there is this notion, right, that and I've also heard it from a few comedy programmers that there are certain female comics who would only sign up for these open mics.
yeah.
Whereas the idea would be that a comic develops material and then obviously takes it to a normal open mic, right?
Have you
A mixed-
been to a normal open mic?
I have many times.
Yes.
Yeah.
And would you recommend a woman to go to that normal open mic? I have been to many normal open mics,
Yeah.
and it's always like you're the only woman on the lineup.
Yeah.
And there are some 11 guys, and it is, and this is such a because
My point being, isn't their growth stagnating if they are
no, if they win the open mic, we
Right.
give them a
The
spot in
spot.
a normal lineup only.
Right.
There is no female lineup.
Okay.
This is just the first getting out the first jitters
Got it.
of getting on stage.
It's a gateway drug.
Yeah, and it's also not that the audience is all women. The
Right.
audience is
Can
mixed.
be anyone. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just the lineup is such.
Right.
I'll tell you one small thing. When I was starting out, all these long lineups with men,
Yeah.
when I would go on stage, I would be very conscious of my voice
Mhm.
because I have like a woman's voice,
Mhm.
and they were all like proper. And I would think that the audience will think my voice is annoying because
Mhm.
they used to this
Yeah.
baritone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel like newer girls will just be comfortable.
Got it.
And anyone who comes out of an open mic
Right.
will have to perform
Right.
in a normal this thing.
Okay.
It's just confidence building.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anything you have coming up that you'd like to plug, or where can people find you? Anything?
You can find me on
want to share?
Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, but I don't post anything.
When are you putting out your 1 hour special?
1 hour special. As soon as Netflix tells me to, I will put it out.
Again, Aryan Khan, you have the contacts.
Aryan Khan and Shah Rukh Khan, please contact me. But I have my show is coming out on Amazon Mini TV called Co-ed in November, so you guys can watch that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Before we let you go, we have a game to play with you,
Nice.
Devanshi.
Rapid fire.
It's not exactly rapid fire. It's a game called
Yeah.
Finish the Line. Okay.
Finish the line.
My mom thinks my comedy is just dash.
A hobby.
Still,
Yeah.
the best thing about being a comedian is
The applause.
oh, sweet. The worst thing about being a comedian is
The bombing.
when I'm stuck on a joke, I usually
Drop it.
really. If I bomb on stage, I tell myself
I tell myself the audience was bad.
best answer. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Devanshi. It was a lot of fun talking to you. We got to know about your literature aspect of your life, which I didn't know about.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you so much.
Do you want me to do a last poem?
Yes, please.
Oh.
Yeah, let's end with that.
It's a very small children's poem.
Okay.
It's called A Tissue.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
very,
nasty.
very children poem.
Okay.
It's called A Tissue. Last night, a grey mouse, when I was in bed, kept sneezing and sneezing. Achoo! He said. For this poor little mouse had a terrible cold in his head. His wife gave him gruel without any bread, put his feet in hot water, ere going to bed. But achoo! 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 He said. For this poor little mouse had a terrible, terrible, terrible cold in his head. That's it. That's the poem.
Round of applause, guys. Thankfully, nobody in this room has a cold.
Yes.
But thank you for the recitation and the
Yeah.
comedy, Devanshi.
Yeah.
All the best for all the upcoming projects.
He's really
And-
annoyed with this poem.
No,
He said it
I
was not
like
funny at all. Why didn't Betty die at the end of the poem?
We hope to have you again and
Yeah.
chat some more.
Okay. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you.